Good morning and welcome to my hobby bench once again, and today's video I will be showing an eBay mystery box. So before I show you the table and the box, I think I'll just tell you the story about how I acquired this particular mystery box. Now I just happened to be scrolling through eBay, the engines obviously, and saw this one engine that looked interesting to me, and I thought there was something that was a little peculiar about it too. So I clicked on it, looked it over, confirmed what I thought was a peculiarity, and sent a message to the seller. So we go back and forth a little bit, and he did confirm what I thought I had seen. And this was an auction, and it was on a 5-day auction. Basically, it had just started, and the opening price was $80. No bids yet. So I was like, this is really a cool engine. I said, I'd really like to have this. Had one before. I said, so, it's one of those things where it'd be interesting to have that. I said I'd show it on my channel. So I sent Jim a little image of the channel, and he's like, oh, that's who you are? Oh, I know you. I watch your channel all the time. And I was like, if this engine doesn't sell, if nobody bids on it at all, I said, I'll buy this engine outright at your asking price. And he's like, you know what? If it doesn't sell, he said, I'll sell it to you for, half the price. And I was like, okay, I'm willing to pay the full price. Well, the next morning we were emailing or texting back and forth or eBay messaging back and forth. And he's like, I'm just going to take this off. I'm just going to end this auction. And I was like, oh, okay. I was thinking, oh, that's cool. Then I'll just buy the engine from him. Then he comes back and he says, I'm just send me your address. I'm just going to send you this engine. I'm just going to give you this engine. So I was like, wow. Okay, well, thank you very much, Jim. You're an incredible man. Because I was willing to pay the full price for at least the starting bid price of the auction. So with all of that said and that story told, let's look at the table. Now this is an engine I have had once before. I didn't have it long and I kind of regretted it after that. So let's just get right down to it. So I obviously, as you can see, I haven't even opened it yet. I got this yesterday and I've been sitting here wanting to look at this. And he did send a couple of props, which is nice. So if you can tell by the size of these props, approximately the size of this engine. This is a 9.4 Zinger, which is a nice one, and this is a, oh boy, looks like an 8.6. So that's the contents there. Let's look at what the engine is, because the engine is really incredible. And this is a new engine. Never seen fuel, as confirmed by Jim. And here it is. Oh boy, we really need to zoom in so you can see this beautiful engine. This is an HP Hurtenberger Gold Cup 20 engine. Just absolutely stunning. Just beautiful. Now let's see, am I going to be able to tell? This thing is so dark in here and I don't have my flashlight. Boy, it's got really strong compression. I think from the Mikoa site, I had read that these came in both Ring and ABC versions. But I'm not sure which one this is, and boy, I really don't have my light with me to shine in there and show me what that is. All I can say is it's got incredibly strong compression. Now, so here's the other part that came with this, and this is what actually drew my attention to the ad and that I thought looked really unusual. And it is unusual. Can anybody tell me within 3 seconds what's unusual about this picture? Yes, that is correct. This is not a stock exhaust. This is a Fox muffler. And when I saw it, the ad, it was on there like this. It was attached, and the ad was kind of at an angle like this. So you could really very clearly see, yeah, it was a tilt-up muffler. So you could very clearly see the outline of the exhaust. And I was like, wow, that just doesn't look right. So that was the impetus of my question. I was like, that looks like a Fox exhaust on there, and of course that's how it all started. So this is painted with a high temp paint. Just so you know, that is a high temp paint. This finish, I cannot recall what the name of this finish is, but this is not paint. This is actually a finish that Hertenberger, or HP, used to put on their Gold Cup Series engines. So I'm not sure what it's called, but it is not paint. But this engine is just fantastic. And I can't, just yet another one of these, I can't wait to get out and run. I'm looking out the window when I do that. It's a nice sunny day. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's like 28 degrees. It's cold. So it's still cold here. Too cold for me to be out running engines. But man, I am so ready to get out there and just run that. Now, something about this throttle arm just doesn't look right to me. Maybe this is stock. I don't recall a throttle arm on my HP20 that I had before looking like this, but I'll have to look at my videos again and see. It sure is smooth. So obviously it feels like Jim has got this oiled up really well, because I think he did do a look inside to confirm the newness of the engine. Now, it feels kind of tight, but it's got super compression. I mean, this engine is just absolutely beautiful. So, Jim, thank you very much for this incredible gift and contribution to the channel. I'm going to get this thing out and get it running as soon as I possibly can. I've got this long line of engines that I've acquired in the last 4 or 5 months that have not been run. In fact, there's 3 on my table right now that have not been run. And let me just put those up here. This is just 3 engines of, I don't know, 8 or 9 more in the closet behind me that haven't been run. So here's an OS FS60 engine that was sold to me in a Sato 50 box. This is the mystery Sato 50 engine. It's all been, bearings been replaced. It's all ready to go. I've got this beautiful OS FS120 Surpass engine. Never been run before. It's a brand new engine. It's waiting to be run. And I also have this nice, beautiful Sato FA30 open rocker engine. So these are all the 3 engines that I got sitting here on my table that my eye candy that I look at. Maybe if I have another, I've got another one of those stands, maybe I'll make this the next piece of eye candy. So thank you very much, Jim, and thank you all for watching. And let's look forward to hearing and seeing this engine on the stand here in the next few months.